What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be working on Makhi's GTI again. We're going to be installing some more upgrades. What I got is the turbo muffler delete, so it should flow a little bit better and make some noise, and some upgraded discharge pipes. This one goes directly onto that one, and the other one goes to the throttle body. You can't see it down there. I'll take it off and do a comparison, but that pipe is like sandwiched down, so probably on like a stage 1 or stage 2, when the turbo is putting a lot more pushing a lot more boost, it gets restrictive, and this is supposed to free that up, and you'll be able to hear a little bit more of the turbo noise too. So we'll let me get set up. We'll get everything going. I'll take everything out, put everything in, and come back and show a comparison of the old pipes to the new ones. And then we'll do a test drive, see how it sounds, and see how it performs afterwards. I just got the bottom covers off, and this is the side discharge pipe we're going to be replacing. You can see it's like they squish it to make room for it right here and keep it from interfering with anything. And that's the popular thing is that's supposed to be a restriction, but the diameter is actually the same if you were to squish it the other way. But I guess when you get up into higher boost, it will become a restriction. And this is the other pipe coming from off of the intercooler, so I'm just gonna have to unloosen everything from the bottom here, that and everything else from the top. And you can see that one squishes in, and it flattens a little bit, barely, but not as much as the other one. And then this is the turbo muffler. I'm gonna take it out so you guys can see it, but this is the location that it's in. It's those 3 bolts, and I think the N75 is connected to it. And one thing I didn't notice earlier, you can see right there, is looks like the previous owner installed a diverter valve spacer, so I guess that's the only upgrade that was on the car. I'm gonna get to it, get those parts off so you guys can see. Got everything out. Wasn't as bad as I thought. The hardest thing was the bolt at the top right here, because the N75 is right next to it. So when you're trying to pull that bolt out, there's a hose right next to it, and it gets in your way. And then even when you try to pull this out, the N75 is right next to it. Don't let it come. So I had to turn this. And then kind of twist it like that, and it came out. But this is the silencer, the turbo muffler. You can see this part right here goes into the turbo outlet, and it has these 2 openings right here, and it vents boost out into the part of the turbo, and I guess that kind of cancels out some noise. And this one doesn't have that. It's just straight through, so supposedly it should flow better. And this is the pancake pipe, and this is the one that replaces it. You can see it says all round. This is the other intercooler outlet pipe that goes to the throttle body, and that one's not too squished like the other one. And this is the replacement, another round piece. And this goes on to this and connects to that. And but let me let you see. Let me turn. That's it right there. Turbo outlet. And that's that piece that gets in the way of the top bolt. You see, it's got a lot of oil. I can't see exactly what's leaking, but I think it might be the timing cover might be leaking. So I'm gonna try to clean all this later and see if I can see where the leak's coming. I can see some fresh oil right there on the drive shaft, and of course you still got the leak from the rear main seal. So we got our work cut out for us, but this is us getting us ahead a little bit. All right, I'm gonna finish the install, and then I'll come back and let you guys see the rest of the install, and then we'll hear it and then go for a little test drive. I pretty much got everything in. Got that intercooler pipe in. It did away with the noise pipe going into the interior, but it should be a little bit louder now anyway. You can see this one had this extra pipe coming out of it, going to that, which went up here to pump noise into the interior. And the other one, you can see it's in there. Not a bad install. I mean, wasn't as hard as some of the people, well, some of the ones that I've seen online. Had reasonable room. This pipe was like extra long, so I put the clamp up there towards the end of the pipe, you know, so it wouldn't be boost leaking or anything. This one was hard to get on. When I was pushing it in, I was like, man, is this the wrong pipe or what? I was trying everything. I sprayed it and everything. So finally, I went and got this and these needle nose pliers, and I had this this clamp out right here. So what I had to do was I had to take it and I just squeezed it in there at the same time on both sides, one right here, then the other clamp up here. When I squeeze it, just pops right in. So that's a pretty good seal right there. So that's basically it. I'm gonna let everything down and put the covers. I gotta put the bottom engine covers back on. And the only thing I didn't have time to do, you can see it's getting dark right now, was I don't know if you remember in the last video, I broke that water outlet pipe. So I went and got the replacement, but I'm not gonna have time to put it in today because it's getting dark. But you can't, let me see if you can see it. Get this out the way. I don't know if you can see it right there, I just put a screw in it and it's been holding like all week. Even getting on it hard, it's not leaking or anything. So if I have time, Makhi had to work today, that's why he's not here. I'm gonna try to get with him later to do a few runs and stuff with it if I can. And but basically that's it. If I got time tomorrow or maybe sometime during the week, I'm gonna put this part back on and just switch it out. Luckily it's just this, so hopefully I can get a flathead in there, pop that out and just pull it out rather than having to take that whole shield off to get to it. So hopefully I should be able to, from what I'm seeing. So that shouldn't be too hard. But let me get everything back together and we'll see how it sounds and go for a little issue. I was driving the car earlier to pick my son up, and all of a sudden I feel no boost and I heard it get loud. So one of the hoses popped off. That one right there. And I had this clip in there and I'm moving it around. I'm like, seems kind of off. So I grabbed the other clips that I took off, and I didn't really pay attention to them, but I don't know if you can see that, but there are 3 different sizes. This is like a bigger one, then a medium one, and a smaller one. So I'm guessing it's this one right here that's supposed to be in there, because these 2 are a little bit thicker and this one's thin. So I think it's got to be that one. So I'm going to put that in, and then the car should be fine. It's just something that I caught just now, and then it's late, so I'll probably end up test driving it tomorrow again and then go from there. Now I get back with you guys. You know what, I decided to go ahead and bring it out for a test drive, and I've been out here getting on it hard and the hose hasn't come back off, and it turned out to be the same clip that was in there. I just had it turned around the wrong way, so the clips weren't going into lock position. So I got into lock position and it's good now. Initially, when I drove the car earlier, it felt more sluggish. Like there's not a lot of as much low down torque as there was before. I guess because the air is flowing a lot better out of the turbo now, and it kind of opened the pipes up some too, so there's more volume. So but earlier it almost felt like turbo lag, but now the more I'm driving it now, it feels like it's coming back, but it smoothed it out. So the torque came back after I fixed the pipe, I guess, and drove it more, and but it smoothed it out some, which is a good thing, because before, I mean, if he floored it before, he would get a lot of wheel spin, even in drive mode. So I was doing it a few times just now when I got it started, and like I said, I got that sluggish feeling at first, but I guess it adjusted or whatever to all the I guess to the pipes, the new air, or whatever you want to call it. But I guess the computer adjusted and everything, but now it feels a lot better. The only thing I don't hear is like more noise. There's no, I don't hear, it didn't get any louder. Matter of fact, it got quieter inside the car because we took the noise pipe off. So, but you know, that's not a big deal at all. You know, we was looking more for performance. So this is real good. You know, like if, you know, later on, once we do the rest of the mods, the car is ready for it. Like I said, if you're trying to do a good launch, you don't want all the wheel spin anyway, because the car is not moving. So it's going to slow down your drag times, or if you're racing somebody at like a track, it's just making the car slower. So that's just something he's going to have to practice with, or if, you know, if he wants to go to some of the summer shows this summer and everything, and you know, just get better with it and go from there. I know one thing, he's gonna have to upgrade his tires and all. Then we gotta plan to do the brake upgrade, but right now we're shooting for stage 3. So it looks like the next thing, the next upgrade is probably gonna be the down pipe. And I've been trying to find something with the Sport Cat, but I haven't really seen any except the real expensive ones. But the D-Cat down pipes are like super cheap. There's a lot of them out there, so I'm gonna have to research that more and then go from there and see if there's one where he can switch out to a test pipe for like track and then put the Sport Cat on for street or something like that. But let's see how it feels. It still goes hard, but I'm not getting as much wheel spin. Matter of fact, I didn't feel any wheel spin when I floored it just now, whereas before. But if I put it in S, I was getting some wheel spin. So let me put it in S right now. Put it in S mode. So I got a little bit of wheel spin in S mode, but not nothing like before. I mean, before, I mean, it was so much low down torque. I mean, you just got a lot of wheel spin. But I did launch control and it was still, you know, you still get wheel spin, but not as much as before. Let me try launch control now. Put in S mode, got the brake on, ESP's off, here we go. So you still get some wheel spin, but not as much as before. But, you know, once we get things flowing a little better with more bolt-ons and stuff like that in the tune, you know, it'll get better. So I'm still in S mode. I guess I'm gonna go around the neighborhood, and then just come back to the house, call it a night. Then that dog bone insert is helping good with traction a lot too. Before, the wheels were scrambling more for traction and everything. So far so good. Earlier I was worried, man. I was like, damn, was this even worth it, you know? And then the pipe popped off, you know, so I was like, man, was this even worth it, you know? But now, like I said, it seemed like the more you drive it, it adjusted and just got way better. So yeah, it was worth it. It moved some of the torque more into the mid and higher the higher RPMs, which is good. So the car was like real torquey before. Still torquey, but you know, it's got a little bit more control now. And its tire pressures were low also. So about a little bit under 10 PSI each tire. So I aired up his tires earlier. So he's got, you know, I think these are 38 PSI all around. So I put them all up to 30. I think they were at 30 actually. So this is good. He hasn't got the test drive or anything yet. If he wants that noise, they do have an upgraded intercooler pipe, well the throttle body pipe that integrates that noise pipe back into it. So that's something he could do later if he wants to. But most likely it'll probably be me doing it, so buying it and doing it, so. Makhi just got here. We're gonna go ahead and take it for a test drive. What's up, old man? What's up? This is Makhi, everybody. It's my son. His car. We're gonna take it for a little test drive right now. Hold on 1 second. Let me put my seatbelt on. It actually didn't get any louder at all. And matter of fact, it seemed like it got quieter in the car because that noise pipe is gone. So it's quieter now. And you're not gonna get as much wheel spin as before when you give it gas like it was before. That's not actually good. But when you put in S mode and do launch, you're still gonna get wheel spin. But that's not bad either, because like if you were at a track, the track will be prepped anyway. So they actually put something on the track to make it real sticky. Then you'll have sticky tires. So you can do a little burnout right before it, and when you get ready to go, all that power is going to be transferred. You know, instead of wheel spin, you're going to get acceleration if you took it to a prep track. Go ahead, get on it. So what it did was, you're getting more airflow now out of the turbo. So what it did was, it moved it put more of the torque and power into the mid and high range. So into the mid RPM and high RPM range. So you got a little bit more power in the mid and high RPMs now, and it kind of smoothed it out too. I think that's a Mark 6 GTI. Yeah, but it feels better now to me. It feels smoother now than it was before. It's not as jumpy and torquey like it was before every time you got on it. It's still there, but it's a lot smoother, so that's a good thing. Have you done the launch control yet?
No.
No?
No.
Pull over up here. Show you how to do it. Cars coming, so you can do it right here. All right, lock the brakes. You're gonna have to put your left foot on the brake and lock it. Put the car in S mode. Turn off ESP. There you go. Now floor it, and then you just let off of the gas, let off of the brake. There you go. Yeah, that was launch control. Underpass noise. Yeah, you gotta be careful of those spots like it, because you could, like I said, because it's known for racers to come over here. Sometimes the cops might be here. Like I said, I can smell rubber right now. You can see all the rubber on the ground, so cars are just over here. But you can go ahead and do a quick launch control if you want to. But this is kind of the same terrain as over there. Alright, you guys, that's about it. We're gonna wrap this up. Give a comment, like, subscribe to see what else we got coming up. How'd you like it so far?
It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's fun. Pretty cool.
And then might have him do a race against the TT, a launch control race against my TT, so we can see how it does after, you know, he gets chipped and everything, and then go from there. We'll see how he progresses. Do one more launch control before we go out. Remember how to do it. All right, you guys. See you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe.